Ready? Yeah, that's a hard video to watch. You know, probably as bad a loss as I've had around here. Didn't feel like we played the way we're capable of playing. Actually, I know we didn't play the way we're capable of playing. Primarily on offense. You know, I thought our defense gave us some good effort and kept us in the game in the first half. We didn't do everything that we need to do defensively, particularly on third downs and getting off the field, you know, not allowing the time of possession. But with the guys that we had and the injuries that we've had, I thought the defense, you know, did a good enough job to allow the offense an opportunity to win the game. Offensively, you know, it's hard to watch. We're not doing what we're supposed to do up front. We didn't make good decisions and see things that we need to see at the quarterback spot. Running the football, you know, we went into the game plan hoping to give the ball to Day Williams. First play of the game, he gets injured, comes up with a bone bruise in his knee. So he wasn't able to, you know, we tried to get him back. He tried to get back in there himself, actually. I thought Trey Smith came in and did make some runs for us, gave us an opportunity. You know, at halftime, we felt like we had a lot of things there that were open in the first half, and that, you know, you're going through the same growing pains with Malik that we did with Puma earlier, as far as not being able to see, not being able to focus downfield, getting distracted and getting his eyes down. So we made the decision to switch to Puma in the second half. And, you know, he completed some balls. He did a good job throwing it. He certainly didn't drive us down and get us in the end zone. You know, we can't turn the ball over. You know, on a sack, you have to get both hands against your chest with the football, and obviously the interception. And, you know, the interception, he had a bad – we went max coverage trying to throw the ball deep, and they dropped 8. And when they do that against you, you have to just get on to the next play. You have to be able to just throw the ball away, get on to the next play, and keep your poise. And, you know, we weren't able to do that. So we've got to get things straightened out first and foremost with the offensive line. You know, coming off, playing physical, finishing, hitting the holes, running the ball. We've got to be able to get back and get the ball to the receivers in a position where they can run with it after the catch. Or we're able to get it down the field a little bit, which you know, hasn't happened for us yet this year, which is really disappointing because I felt like we were going to be able to do that. You know, we went back and watched the Alabama game. We played faster and harder and more physical in the Alabama game than we did up at Virginia. So we do got a great challenge coming up this weekend. We'll be excited for it. I know our guys will get ready to play. A lot of our guys on our team know the players on their team. And we've always, you know, got a lot of energy going into this week. We do have a lot of things to fix. They're always going to be physical on the defensive front and fast in the secondary. And then offensively, you know, they got a quarterback who we know well, can really throw it. They always have speed at receivers, so it's a good challenge for us. But I do know that we'll come back and work extremely hard and get this thing going in the right direction.
You said the team played harder against Alabama. Do you see?
I said faster and harder. Yeah.
Do you see a decline in the effort?
You know, I didn't think offensively that we came off the ball and played fast and as hard as you need to play as we did in the Alabama game. And like I said, that's disappointing because I felt like the 2 previous games, our offensive line was the one that was providing the energy and giving us the, you know, the effort that we needed. But we certainly took a step back. You know, as you talk about, you know, Bo used to say either get better or you get worse. Well, we certainly got worse in that game.
Is the offensive line fix, is that a personnel move, or is that just playing better with the guys that are already there?
Yeah, we need to go out on the practice field and play better with the guys that are there and have competition and, you know, do a better job on the practice field and, you know, carry it over to the game. But, you know, we're very capable of blocking the things that we saw from them. We've shown to be able to do it before. And we just didn't do a good job. We missed a couple calls. We didn't keep our pads down. We didn't, you know, we weren't able to move the line of scrimmage the way you need to move the line of scrimmage.
Notice you have an or in the quarterback depth chart area. Is there a decision on which direction you're
Yeah,
going?
we have a different schedule this week. So we had Sunday off. We come back tonight. We're doing that because next week we play on a Friday night, so that we're used to taking the Sunday, and we'll have to come back next Monday and practice, or after the Florida State game. So I haven't even met with the quarterbacks yet. We haven't sat down and went through the video yet. So I can't say anything until I meet with them.
Are you inclined to let it play out in practice? I mean, or would you like?
No, I don't think that's how I'll do it. But I'm going to meet with the players and go through the video with them and see all that.
What differences, with Florida State and the new coach, what differences stand out to you?
I mean, schematically, they're, completely different than what the old staff did, and that's, normally what you get when you go against the new staff. So we just have to prepare for what they've done here in their first 4 games.
Coach, just be sure, do you have a decision on the quarterback and you just want to tell them first, or you haven't decided yet?
Yeah, I'm going to meet with the quarterbacks. We're going to watch the video, go through all of that. I'm going to spend some time with them, and then I'll come up with, be able to decide. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to tell anybody,
Right.
but, and we've met with it, met with the staff, and I went through everything with the staff and all that, but, I need to talk to the players.
Yeah. What do you want to see from them that will help make your decision?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what that question is.
Okay. What would you like to, when you meet with them, what would you like to see from them?
No, I'm going to go through the video with them and go play by play and show them, what they did well, where we need to improve, where we're at right here. So we'll meet as a unit and go through the video. So it's nothing I'm looking for from them.
Okay.
So.
Coach, as far as the running back, I know Day had kind of pushed himself out there in front of that. Now is it just kind of back to who has the hot hand, or will it matter this week?
Well, obviously some of it's determined on health and, how he can come back from that. If we were practicing today, he wouldn't be able to practice. That's just how we get the report in the morning, is if we're going today, these guys would be out of practice, and then we go through it again tomorrow morning. But, I did think Trey did a good job running the football. He did a nice job on a couple of catches and getting a first down. Hit the holes hard, make some decisive cuts. One of the issues that we have is being able to get big plays and chunk plays, and we might need to get some more speed on the field at time. And give those young guys a little more opportunity in practice to see if they can come along.
Is it an option to use Jordan Travis, quarterback? Are you considering that, or?
Jordan's ready to play. He's been doing a good job in practice. We only got him in for a couple plays so far, but it's not. He is certainly an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you analyze the receivers? No, I'm sorry. You can hear me better now, I'm sure. How do you analyze the receiving problem with the drops, maybe not getting open as much as they have in the past? What's your analysis of that? Yeah,
we've dropped, balls, and some of them have been in key situations, and some, takes away your momentum. Even like the first 3rd down the other night, you feel like you have a catch and big play, and we ended up not making the catch. We also have plays where they're wide open, and we didn't see them. So it's not one group or one area. It's the fact that we're not able to put it all together and not working as a unit. The protection, the timing with the quarterback, the vision and understanding what the defense is doing, and the being able to catch the ball. I mean, it all works together.
Bobby, as a coaching staff, how do you prevent frustration or confidence slipping moving forward and try to keep the team, moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's definite frustration. There's no question about that. We got players that are competitors, and certain things aren't happening the way we expected, they expected. So there's certainly frustration. The way you get confidence, the way you develop confidence is you make plays. you have success. So, my brother used to always get on me all the time about how are we going to get confidence. Well, you get confidence when you make plays. You catch balls, you hit hands, you understand what the defense is doing and go through your progression and drop the ball off or throw it down the field. So I think the number one thing that we have to do is understand that, work hard at it in practice, do a good job with our offensive line in practice. Sometimes during the season it's frustrating to get better in practice with the offensive line if you only spend so much time against the one defensive line. So we'll spend more time against the number one defensive line, be more physical in practice, and you lose some on schematics and what you want to do game plan wise, but you gain on technique and fundamentals and intensity. So that's the balance that we're at, and we need to probably go back to going more reps of one-on-one versus each other in practice.
You're clearly used to coaching teams that score early and a lot. How difficult is it for you as the head coach? I mean, you sit up at night going, what do I need to change? What do I need to do to?
Yeah, it's difficult. There's no question. It's frustrating to me. But I'm going to keep working. We're going to keep moving forward, and we'll get it. We'll get it. We just got to put it all together and do it one step at a time. But I really felt going into the game that we had a good plan and that things were going to be there. I felt during the game that, oh man, this is not, what's wrong? And then I watched the video, and it's like I don't understand how we're not making those plays. So it's kind of one of those things where we all got to stay positive. We all got to work harder. We all got to believe in each other. I think that's the one thing that we'll really concentrate and focus on with our players is, not getting negative, not, getting your head down, but coming back. But I also believe that that's part of athletics. I think that's one of the things it's supposed to teach is that you have to overcome obstacles, you have to overcome setbacks. You got to be able to deal with criticism without resentment. I think that's one of the big keys as a coach and as a player is that I can deal with criticism without resentment. And there's always some truth in the criticism. There's no question about that. So you have to deal with it. You have to improve with it, or you have to not listen to it. You got to be able to. But there is going to be criticism out there when you're not playing the way that you should play. And that's where we're at right now. We're not making plays and doing things that we're accustomed to and used to doing, and we need to get back to it right away because we got a big game this week. And, one I'm excited to play. It's exciting to bring Florida State in here. It always is. Hopefully we have the same enthusiasm and the same excitement in the stadium, and our players have to step up and step up to the challenge and go get better.
Bobby, during the broadcast Saturday, Alex Cupper alleged that your team looked disinterested. Do you think that's a valid criticism? And whether it is or not, what is your approach to motivation? Yeah, I don't think that's one at all, disinterested. You look at the excitement and energy that our defense played with and the, energy they had. Offensively, we were continuing to work. We started moving the ball, then we would hurt ourselves. But to criticize the players' efforts, that's not true. We should come in and watch the video. Well, how do you approach motivation in general?
I mean, we do it in all kinds of different ways. So some of it we do in an individual, some of it we do in our groups. We obviously do team motivation. So, motivation is something that you do every week, and it completely changes all the time.
I hate to make you relive a bad drive there, but after Rajay's interception, you get the ball in there short. What did you want to see there? What happened there? When you went back?
Yeah, I really felt like we would run the ball in. We saw the looks that we wanted. We did have a couple of good blocks that we had the ability to get the ball in the end zone. We were a little too tight on our track a couple times and didn't hit it exactly where you're supposed to. Probably should have got the big guys off the field on third down. On the one play, they moved the ball back to the 2-yard line. I don't know how or why. but, you know, we didn't get the ball in the end zone. So that was disappointing because we've usually been a really good inside the 5, run the ball in the end zone team. And, you know, against the same team as we did it a year ago.
Coach, do you have an update on Dorian, Robert, and CJ?
Dorian, Robert, and CJ. Dorian and Robert, you know, made the trip. CJ did not make the trip, so he's a little bit further away than they are. There was some thought from our training staff that they might be able to get them ready to play on Saturday. They did come in this morning and lift and run. The update I got is that they ran well and that we're very optimistic.
You talked about staying positive and the criticism and so forth. You see some parallels maybe to the year you started 0-3, hung in there, and then finished strong. I mean, can you bring that up, or do you? Or do you see parallels in it, or what's your...
Yeah, I mean, there's some parallels to it as far as the inexperience and the fact that you should get better and better as the year goes on. There's no question about that. You know, I think the thing that we have to be able to do is work hard on the practice field and believe in that, and then you know, get going. It is better to be 2-2 than 0-3. You know, we are better there. So, and we've had 1/3 of the season, so there's a lot of games ahead of us. You know, there's a lot of work in front of us, and we'll get better.
What did Hassan Hall tell you after taking a knee on that kickoff return?
He said, I thought I was in the end zone. So he made a mistake. He's supposed to line up on the goal line, and then he goes forward to catch the ball and return it, stays still to catch it and return it, and backs up to down it. You know, the other returner is supposed to come over and get 5 yards in front of him and help him, mainly to tell him to stay in the end zone. And he just made an error. Obviously, he didn't want to come to the sideline. You know, he was the last guy coming over there, and obviously he's embarrassed with it. One of the things, though, that with the change in the rules that we'll do now is we'll no longer down the ball in the end zone. You know, and that's what we coach. That's my fault, because you teach them to catch the ball and take a knee and hand it to the official and jog off the field. Now, if the ball's in the end zone, we're just going to fair catch it and never go down to a knee. So if you had a fair caught that there, you know, we'd have been on top of it. If I'd have been on top of it, if fair caught it there, we'd have had the ball on the 25. But, you know, I felt bad for him. I know he didn't do it on purpose. He loves to return kickoffs, and, you know, he's good at it. So it's just a rookie mistake.
Is that a disqualifier for him for the future?
No, absolutely not. I love Hassan Hall, and he works really, really hard, and he's really fast, and he's tough, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. You'll see him make a lot of plays around here in the future.
Coach, you mentioned the wide receivers. With Jalen, it's so unlike him to drop a couple like that. Do you have any feel for why or what happened?
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes playing receivers like playing golf. You know, sometimes the harder you try and the more you really try to grind at it, you know, the harder it gets. So Jalen needs to relax and, you know, get back and believe in himself. It's really unlike him to drop passes. And I think what he's trying to do is say, hey, I need to make a big play. I need to make a big play. And he's, you know, running before he catches the ball. So he's got to get back to looking the ball into his hands, looking it all the way to the tuck. And, you know, being able to make the plays that he can make. And there's no question he'll make those.
Any change in Chris Klonka's status, or still?
No, there's none. There won't be. So you don't need to ask that. He won't be back this season coaching for us.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.